All right, I'm going to show you how to do some stuff on SPSS. Now I'm looking at, let's see here, at exercise 27, and once you go down to the SPSS computations, which is page 297, this is what it looks like here of the document, which is actually page 312 of the document. But as soon as you get down there, you'll notice that there's an example that they're working out. Um, and you'll have a chart, table 27.4, that's in the non-SPSS format, and then it has like this key above it that explain what each, it'll have the number representing different diagnoses and stuff. And so I'll show this a little bit. Okay, so up here it had the different diagnoses for different numbers, and you'll convert that into the respective diagnosis, and you'll want to put this chart information into SPSS. Okay, and this is what it'll look like. I left a couple things undone, not complete, so that I can show you how to change some of this information. Now, some important things to remember. For example, if you were to, and the first time it happened to me is right here when I typed in Caucasian, it made the width of this column about the width of Caucasian. And but the thing is, there's a setting even beyond just changing the width and bringing it out that you'll need to change. So because what will happen is it will only let you put in, I believe, 10, this looks like 10 characters once you go down into this second cell, and it'll stop here at NO. So you want to change the width of this, and you'll have to go to variable view, and you'll be doing a lot of stuff in variable view to set up your table. And so under race and ethnicity, which was the fourth cell, you'll want to enter all this stuff in. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. You'll want to change the width, and the width was set to 10 because that's the width of the first thing I inputted, a Caucasian. So you want to change that width to increase it so you can fit this entire string of all these words here. Okay, so that's how you change the width there. It doesn't work to just change the width of this column. You'll have to actually change the width manually here. Changing the width here does not change the length of the words you could input here. Okay, so I would also encourage you to use copy and paste, Control C, Control Velcro, whatever. Okay, so you should notice now that that there's a couple things that I still need to update on this table compared to the table that you see on page 298 of the workbook. So for exercise 27, notice that that the decimals here, there's 2 decimals in here, and we don't want decimals. I've already updated the decimals for these 2 columns, but if you want, so notice that we don't want any decimals here because they're just patient IDs. There's no decimals. It should just be 1 through 10, and as mentioned in the exercise 27. So to change that, you'll want to go into variable view, and for patient ID, we want no decimals. So let's see here. So patient ID, we want decimals to be 0. So go down to 0, and then you go back to data view. There we go. No more decimals. Okay, and also notice that I left one of the variables blank. It's still just that generic var or whatever that's given. So we want to change that column to, or that variable to biologic. Yeah, biologic. Okay. And there we go. We've just changed that. But I think that's pretty much what you need to know for, updating things. Again, to save time, like if you don't want to type in, if in FlixMab here, you see it multiple times, 3 times here. You can just copy this and then paste it here and here. And I'll just show you really quickly. So we'll copy that. And in fact, I don't even know if you need to do that. I think you just need the cell highlighted. Let's just see, Control Copy, I hit Control C, and then I'll go here and hit Control V, and it changed it. Okay, I don't want that though. Okay, if you want to undo something, Control Z. Okay, so there we go. I think I've updated everything. It looks just like the table. Now, so notice that I'll pull it up here. That they have step 1 for nominal data. Look up nominal or a nominal variable. Look up what nominal means, but the idea it doesn't involve numbers. You know it's categorical. Another thing, and it's not ordinal. Ordinal meaning it has order. Nominal variable. Just look it up and look up the definition if needed. And the idea is like duration and age. You can't do that. That's not nominal. That's quantitative, and we'll see that later. So, anyways, for nominal variables, after you figure out what that is, so for example, you'll see nominal will include race, ethnicity, gender, tobacco, diagnosis, and biologic. They suggest using frequencies under descriptive statistics. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to do that step right now to show you what's going on, what they're talking about. So under Analyze, you'll go to Descriptive Statistics and go to Frequencies. And I already have these in here because I was playing around with it before. Okay, so what you'll want to do, and they mention you want to put race and race, ethnicity, gender over here, and it's going to do some sort of frequency analysis on those two variables that you choose over here. So we'll just click OK. So it'll pull up some tables. It'll pull up a separate screen. As you can see, there's the screen we had before, and then there's this new screen that came up with information. And so now it did an analysis on race, ethnicity, and gender. So and it has different percentages for each type of each of the breakdowns. Notice that females 100% are females. 30% black, not of Hispanic origin, 70% are Caucasian. So you'll notice that they have the same sort of chart here for the race, ethnicity, and the gender. Okay, so that's how they get this output. And under the practice problems, or questions to study or something, what do they call it? Study questions. That they have you go over some of these problems. So, anyways, and then not only that, we'll have where is it? Step 2 for continuous variables. So for the quantitative variables, they want you to use a different type of analysis. So, okay, so you can copy this chart and put it into a Word document. I'll just show you that really quickly. And so I copied it already. And there you go. And you can put this output in, and it's really helpful to have any outputs you have from SPSS in your assignment. So if this is problem 3 and you're doing something involving this, and it's just a visual to see where you get your result, you may do something wrong, so I know exactly what you did wrong or how you got some outputs, and I can identify what you did wrong. So it's like showing your work if you provide this table in your assignment that you submit. So please do that. Copy and paste any tables you use on a particular problem to get to a result. So that would be helpful. Okay, I'll close this out. Okay, so now we're going to do step 2 involving continuous variables. So continuous variables may include duration, age. So it looks like they just use duration for the analysis. So you'll go to analyze, and you'll go to descriptive statistics. Whoops. And then you'll go to explore, and then we'll move duration over, and that's it. So hit OK. And we get this output. And notice that they get the same sort of output under Explore here. Same sort of output, 1.89, all this information. You can double check. And we have the same information. So you can copy this if you want this portion. It's probably the portion you want, depending on the question they're asking. And anyways, so that's the type of analysis, the type of the ways you'll be using SPSS in exercise 27. Hopefully this makes sense. Let me know if you have any concerns. I'll be more than happy to help.